Hi, kindergarten scientists. It's Mrs. Miller here again with Lesson 8, where we will be learning about and using our sense of smell. First, let's review all 5 senses. Do you remember what they are? Go ahead and see if you can name them across your fingers. Ready, set, go. Did you name all 5? Did you name sense of sight, sense of smell, sense of taste, sense of hearing, and sense of touch? If you did, nice remembering. Give yourself a pat on the back. Now, I'm going to ask you to pause the video here, and up in the top right-hand corner of the screen, you will see a little blue button. You can click on that to listen to this really fun song called the 5 Senses Song. It's by the Kaboomers. I hope you enjoy it. Once you're finished listening to the song, come back for our lesson on sense of smell. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that song as much as I did. Now, I have some questions for you. I'm going to show you some pictures of some things that have smells, and I want you to give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down or a thumb sideways to tell me if you like the smell, don't like the smell, or sort of like the smell, okay? So thumbs up means you like the smell. Thumbs down, I don't like the smell. Thumbs sideways, I sort of like it. Here we go. First one. Bacon. How do you feel about bacon? Thumbs up, down, or sideways? You know, it's interesting. Some people love the smell of bacon and some people hate the smell of bacon. That's the way it is with smells. There are smells that people have different opinions on. That means that they feel differently about them. One person might love it and one person might hate it. And one person might say, it's okay. What about flowers? Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs sideways. How do you feel about flowers? If you have allergies, maybe you don't like the smell of flowers because whenever you smell flowers, you start to sneeze. Oh, what about this one? This is one that we probably all agree on. How do you feel about the smell of a skunk if you've ever smelt one? Thumbs up, down, or sideways? Yeah, my thumb's down on that one. I do not like the smell of skunks, that's for sure. What about cookies baking? Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs sideways? This is one of those that I bet we all probably agree on too. Is your thumb up? My thumb's up. I love the smell of fresh baked cookies. And last but not least, how about popcorn? Do you like the smell of popcorn? Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs sideways? I like the smell of popcorn. My thumbs up. Now we're going to read this book called Smelling. It's written by Sharon Gordon. What do you think this book might teach us? Go ahead and tell somebody near you. If you're at home, tell somebody in your house. If you're at school, tell somebody sitting next to you. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead. Share what you think this book might teach us. One, two, three, eyes on me. So I wonder if you were thinking the same thing. I'm thinking maybe this book will teach me that we smell with our nose. Maybe it'll teach me that we smell all different types of things. Yeah, so what we're doing is we're thinking about what we already know about this topic, smelling, right? We're pulling our background knowledge to help us to read this book. So now let's move on. We're going to read this book, thinking about what we already know, and also looking for ways to grow our knowledge. Whenever something surprises us in a book, that means that it's growing our knowledge. So that's really exciting. So you want to look for those surprises. You want to look for those moments where you say, oh, I didn't know that. And when we're finished reading this book, we're going to talk about the new things that this book taught us. Smelling by Sharon Gordon. Something smells delicious. The hot apple pie is almost ready. But how will everyone know where to find it? Their sense of smell will tell them where to go. Smelling is one of the 5 senses. The others are seeing, hearing, tasting, and touching. The sense of smell begins with your nose. Everybody point to your nose right now. Where's your nose? That's right. All kinds of smells are floating in the air around you. When you take a breath of air, you take in lots of smells. Let's take a breath of air now and see if we smell anything. I can smell the laundry detergent from my shirt when I take a breath of air. Do you smell anything right now? The air carrying smells goes into your nose. It moves deep inside your head and into your nasal cavity. Can you say that? That's a very sophisticated word. Say the word nasal. Say the word cavity. Cavity. So here is your nasal cavity. It's inside of your face, past your nose. Here's your nose and your brain. There are millions of tiny little hairs inside your nasal cavity. These special hairs catch the floating smells. Oh my goodness. Did something just surprise you? If it did, that means you're learning something new. Something surprised me. I did not know that there are all of these little hairs inside of my nasal cavity and that they catch floating smells. That's so interesting. These hairs tell your brain what the smells are. That is how you smell things. Ooh, this doesn't look like it smells very good, this pile of garbage. Do you love to wake up to the smell of breakfast cooking? Add some cinnamon to the pancake batter. Can you smell the difference? Walk through a flower garden. Can you smell the difference between a rose and a lilac? No peeking. Here's a rose. Here's a lilac. If you smell them both, they smell different from each other, right? Even though they're both flowers. Do you like the smell of perfume? There are so many kinds to choose from. Not all smells are good. A scared skunk gives off a very bad smell. Watch out! Don't let him spray you, or you will smell bad too. Food that is rotten smells bad. The smell lets you know not to eat it. The smell of smoke warns you of danger. Is there a fire nearby? Some smells can even make you cry. Do you know what this smell is? Do you know what these children are cutting? Yes, they're cutting onions. And when we cut onions, sometimes our eyes tear from the smell of the onions. All right, now I want you to share something new that you learned with someone near you. Are you ready? Okay, ready, set, share. One, two, three, eyes on me. So something I was thinking I learned was that the hairs in your nasal cavity catch smells and then send a message to your brain to tell you what that smell is. Interesting, right? Now it's time for us to be smell detectives. Are you ready? Get that nose ready for some smelling because you're about to turn into a smell detective. Oh my goodness. So for this activity, you'll either need scratch and sniff stickers or you'll need scented markers. You could use either one for this activity. If you're learning from home, you're also going to need a grown-up to do this activity with you. Okay, and you'll see why in just a minute. So make sure that you have, if you're at home, make sure that you have a grown-up with you to help you with this part. And then have your stickers and your Mr. Sketch marker or your Mr. Sketch or any other scented markers ready. Okay, now you'll also need one of these sheets. So if you're learning from home, you'll find it in your Google Classroom. And if you're learning in school, your teacher will give it to you. We're going to do 4 of these sheets, but only one at a time. So either your teacher or your parent or your older sibling will give you 1 sheet at a time. And here's what we are going to do. Are you ready? All right, now the grown-up or teacher will have either used a marker to draw a mark on your page or will have stuck a sticker on your page. Either way, you're going to need to close your eyes. We're not going to use our sense of sight for this. So go ahead and close your eyes right now. Okay. Now, the next step, if you're using stickers, you don't want to peek. What you're going to need to do is use your sense of touch. Feel for where that sticker is, and you're going to scratch it. That's going to let the smell out. Okay? And then you're going to take that paper, keep your eyes closed, and you're going to smell it. After you've smelt it, you're going to make a guess. So say your guess out loud. Say what you think the smell is. Okay, so you can open your eyes now. So I'm going to guess that this smell is cherry. And that starts with a CH. Cherry. Okay. So I wrote the word cherry. I think that's the smell. And then we're going to answer some questions. Does this smell remind you of anything? Yes or no? I'm going to say yes. What does it remind you of? So for me, it reminds me of cherry popsicles. So I'm going to say cherry popsicles. All right, then the grown-up or older sibling at home or your teacher if you're at school will tell you if you were correct in your guess. And then you'll get to do this 3 more times. You'll have 3 more sheets that you'll get to do this with. Okay? Have fun with this activity. Once you're all finished with this activity, you can come back. But right now I want you to pause. I want you to go off to be smell detectives. And then when you're finished, come back and unpause. I'll see you soon. Good luck, smell detectives. All right, smell detectives, welcome back. How did you do? Were you able to guess the smells? Well, I have some questions for you now. What body part do we use to smell? Call it out in 3, 2, 1. Did you say that we use our nose? If you did, you're right. We use our nose to smell. Now, what do certain smells tell us about the world? Can you think of some examples of times that you've smelled something and it's told you about the world? Like, for instance, if you wake up on Sunday morning and you smell the sweet smell of apple pie baking, can you guess before you even get to the kitchen that maybe your parents are baking an apple pie? Yes, you can. Smells tell us things. So can you come up with some other examples of a smell that tells you something about the world? Come up with one other example. I want you to turn and tell the person next to you. Ready, set, turn and talk. One, two, three, eyes on me. Let's see if you came up with any of the examples that I was thinking of. You might have come up with some other ones too. Here's what I came up with. The smell of smoke tells us that there could be a fire. That could warn us of danger, right? Like if we smell smoke in our house, we know that we should probably tell a grown-up right away. Ooh, the smell of fresh grass. So that could tell me that maybe my lawn was just cut if I walk outside of my house and I smell fresh grass. The smell of popcorn. That might tell me that maybe I'm at a movie theater if I smell popcorn, right? Okay, now your teachers have told me that you are already becoming such good readers. So I thought that we could do a little bit of reading together. I want you to read the words out loud with me. This is called I Can Smell. I can smell smoke. I can smell fish. Little louder, let me hear you. Ready? I can smell dirty socks. Ooh, P.U. Next page. I can smell flowers. I can smell cookies. I can smell bacon. I can smell garbage. I can smell roses. I can smell a dirty diaper. Oh, yuck. I can smell a skunk. Ooh, another yucky one. I can smell onions. This one might make our eyes tear, right? I can smell popcorn. I can smell clean laundry. Thank you so much for learning with me today, kindergarten scientists. Thank you for using that sense of smell. And throughout your day, see if you could notice the different smells in the air. Remember, those little hairs inside of your nasal cavity are working to catch those smells and then send messages to your brain to tell you what those smells are. I hope you have a great day and keep on working hard. I'll see you next time.